Okay, question for you. Which is the most spiritual book you've ever read? Comments below. Do it. Is it the Tao Te Ching? Is it the Bible, the Quran, anything like the Bhagavad Gita, anything like that? What do you think is the most spiritual book you've ever read, or the one that gave you the most insight? Now, I've just recently finished a book, which I'm going to tell you all about in a second, and I think it was probably one of the best religious, spiritual books I've ever read, ever. And you'll be surprised at what it is. But my name's Anthony Cummins. I'm the author of the Book of Bushido, and you can get a copy on Audible today, along with How to Be a Modern Samurai and lots of other books. Right, I've recently read and just finished Strange Conflict by Dennis Wheatley, which is I think it's book 9 of the De Richelieu series. Now, if you don't know who De Richelieu is, there's something wrong with your literary education. So it's Christopher Lee plays him in The Devil Rides Out, and he's basically a famous character that is now no longer so famous because Dennis Wheatley, the author, who was very active in World War II within deception and things like that, and he worked high for Churchill, was basically a household name in the 50s and 60s, but now, of course, nobody really knows about him that much. But he sold millions of copies, like a million a year sort of author. He was a big author for the 1950s and 60s, and they did full series on him. But this one we've done at the minute, which was Strange Conflict, is about De Richelieu, and who's one of the greatest characters ever written. And his task is to stop the Nazis finding out where the convoys go in the North Atlantic and places like that. And he decides to go on the astral plane because he's part magician, and he decides to track down what's going on. And he has to fight off one of Hitler's sort of menacing black magicians who sort of is going to the astral plane and stealing the convoy directions or locations, and then they are sending the submarines to destroy them. Superb book. Now, of course, it's a novel, and it's about fighting on the astral plane, and they're all spirits and everything. But underlying it all is quite a lot of research into Eastern and Western spirituality. And I'll tell you what, if you ever wanted the most easy to understand, great explanation of how reincarnation works, karma works, how you deal with karmic debt and things like that, go for this book. It's got voodoo, witchcraft, zombies, black magicians, German submarines, U-boats, the lot. It's just like, it's a male dream. But you don't have to come away thinking, you know what? He got it. For all the religions whinging at each other and all that, and our book's better than your book, and our version's better than this, he amalgamates it all together to such a good level that you think, that would make a good religion. If he just created his own religion, people like, that would make a good religion there, Dennis. Well done. So well done to Dennis Wheatley there, long dead now. But if you haven't seen The Devil Rides Out with Christopher Lee, get it. If you've got an Audible account, get Strange Conflict, read by Christopher Lee. I've just finished it on there. But Dennis Wheatley's stuff is a bit more difficult to get hold of now. Obviously, there's millions of second-hand copies out, but he's getting a little bit more. Not everything's published, not everything's on Audible, which is a shame because some of it is amazing. It's very much 1950s bravado, long live the empire and everything. But hey, so what? Some of us like that. So let me know below if you've read it. Let me know if you think it's a good book if you then read it, or let me know what your favourite spiritual book is. And if you can help me, get yourself a copy of the Book of Bushido.